Hey, baseball fan, time for a little self-care and a few minutes of cardboard meditation. Welcome to the show that features some of baseball's oddest stories and the cardboard slabs that document them. Find peace and joy through baseball cards with your host, the big guy.
I was thinking the other day, again, I know I say you play this game all the time, the Immaculate Grid. It's one of those things I do when I wake up in the morning. I get up, I take my meds, I start looking at YouTube, and then I get on my phone and start playing Immaculate Grid. If you don't know what that is, Google it. You'll be addicted. Anyway, there was a thing in there about a team's first overall draft choice, and I couldn't come up with it. I couldn't come up with anything, and I eventually failed to complete the grid. But it made me think, like, wow, how many first rounders? I'm talking about the first round, the first pick. That's what I'm talking about, the first pick, not the first round. The first pick went on to be in the Hall of Fame. Now, the Major League Baseball draft, or the Rule 4 draft, that's what they called it, took place on June 8th and 9th in 1965 in New York City. And the first overall player to be chosen was Rick Monday. He was going to Arizona State and was picked by the Kansas City Royals. That's why you see this Oakland A's uniform here, or what will become an Oakland A's uniform. Now, if you don't know what the draft is, it's where the MLB kind of assigns the ball players that are out there that want to get in, amateur ball players, to amateurs from other teams that they were playing in some kind of a non-professional way, high schools, college. They get those guys and they figure out who gets who. So there used to be 20 rounds of the choosing of the players. Somebody gets through a lottery would get a first pick, and they would go through at that time, I don't know, what was there, 24 teams? I can't even remember how many there are now, 30 maybe? But anyway, they would go through, and then they'd go back to the beginning and go through them again. They would just keep picking people. And what happened would be is your first teams to pick were normally teams that didn't make the playoffs, any kind of postseason play, or came in last place. There was a lot of things that entered into who got the first pick. And, so that makes it so the teams that normally aren't very good one year will be the first to pick the good players the next year. That's usually how it worked. And since that time, in 1965 up till now, there have been 60 first overall picks. 60. Okay? So over these years, many of the first choice players went on to nice baseball careers. And everyday ball players like Jeff King and Tim Foley and Jeff Burroughs and Floyd Bannister. And man, there's been a whole bunch of other ones. And some went straight from high school, to the big leagues, like Bob Horner and David Clyde. And then there were guys like Brian Bullington and Al Chambers and this guy Steve Chilcott, who, no kidding, didn't even have a baseball card. He never made it to the bigs, never got a card. And now out of these 60, four went on to get into the Hall of Fame. I'm going to give you 10 seconds here to figure out in your mind who the four are. So here you go. Just go ahead and think about it. Rack your brain. Remember, it's only been since 1965. We're down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let's get down to brass tacks here. I picked some cards here that you probably haven't seen. I could have picked the rookie cards for each one of these ball players, but you've seen them. You see them all the time. So I did something a little different. So the very first guy that we're talking about that made it to the Hall of Fame as a first round, first choice ball player, 1977, was Harold Baines. He was drafted by the Chicago White Sox. Got voted in 2019. It's been a controversial choice, but I like Harold Baines. All right, the second one, drafted in 1987. Yeah, you guessed this one, didn't you? Yeah, that was kind of an easy one. He was drafted by the Seattle Mariners in 1987. Didn't take him long to get to the big leagues, though, 1989. And he, of course, you already know, was a first ballot inductee in 2016. This card kind of reminds me of those old DeLongs from the 30s, doesn't it? I love this card. I gotta have the whole set. It's a subset. Or an insert set. I guess that's what it's really called. That's the kid. Okay. Number 3. Number 3 was... my dog is trying to get my attention here. One moment. This next card is kind of cool, so I'm going to turn a light on it here in just a minute. The next one is the third choice. Well, it's the third choice that I have made as the way I wanted to present them. And he was obviously the first choice in the first round of the 1990 draft. And it was Chipper Jones. I wanted to light him up a little bit so you can see him. I love this card set. I tried to pull all my cards out of some insert sets because I just love insert sets. So Chipper was chosen by the Atlanta Braves, and he went in first ballot too. 2018 is when Chipper made it to the Hall. Justifiably so, too. Okay, the last one. The last one was drafted in 2001. Drafted by the Minnesota Twins. Do you know who it is? I know you do. I know you know who it is. Minnesota Twins choose Joe Mauer, 2001. Joe was a great player. I was an MVP. He was just an amazing catcher and leader for the Twins. Got into the Hall of Fame in 2024, not that long ago. And there you go. Those are the 4 players, the only 4 players at this time to have made it to the Hall of Fame after being chosen as the very first pick of the draft of the year they were drafted. It's pretty cool, don't you think? Hey, if you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and give me a comment and a like, would you? I would appreciate it. And we will talk soon.
Cardboard meditation helps set your mind right. Thank you for watching. Show us your appreciation by clicking the like and subscribe button. Ring the bell while you're at it so you'll know when we upload a new story.